everyone. Our guest today is Aman Karovalia. Aman has done graduation in hospitality management and currently runs his own restaurant, Meltwitch. Hi, Aman. Welcome to SPN Unscripted. It's a pleasure having you on the show.
Hi, Nazim. Yeah, I'm glad to be on the show.
Looking forward to a great conversation. Aman, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so myself, I'm a really energetic, enthusiastic guy. I've done my post-grad from Niagara College, post-grad in hospitality and tourism, post-grad in business management and hospitality as well. I have worked for Canada's top 100 restaurants, actually top 10 restaurant. The restaurant I worked for was Canada's top second. I've worked at the hotels as well, front desk. And then I used to work as a manager at this restaurant in Regina. And then finally made my decision to open an own restaurant with the experience and the skills I have.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So, Aman, before we dive into further questions, I want to read out something. Quote, the discovery of new dish does more for the happiness of mankind than the discovery of a star. End quote. I cannot agree more. You guys are really blessed to, you have a chance to feed people and make them happy. And at the same time, I agree that it's an extremely difficult decision to, please people with every new day. So going back a bit, Aman, tell us, why did you choose to go for hotel management slash hospitality management?
Nice question. So the reason I chose to do that because I was a person, I'm a people person. So I love to talk to people. I love to know how is that person's day and what is their personal preferences for in regards to the customer service or the restaurant or the food or the stay. And the service that I'm able to give to people is so down to earth that I always wanted to give that service to each one of the individuals. Doesn't matter if they are big, small, rich, poor. It wasn't me that I wanted to give that customer service. Customer service equals hospitality. And hospitality is something that I always wanted to do. That's why I decided to join this industry.
It's all about giving pleasure, happiness to all the customers. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a bit about your undergrad program. Where did you do your undergrad, and then what specific what did you specialize in?
So the program was based out of Niagara Falls in Niagara College, and it was actually a post grad. So I don't
Oh,
know how yeah,
oh,
but
I meant back in India. I meant back in.
okay. India, I would say so. It was IHM Mumbai, which is one of the best universities for hospitality. I studied there for 3 years. So the great thing about studying there is the knowledge the professors have and the skills and abilities and the experience they have, which they have been working in this industry for almost 15 to 20 years. What happens is when you start studying for hospitality, there's about four major sections or uh, I would say sectors, and they teach you each and everything. Like hospitality includes restaurant, front desk, housekeeping, administrative, like human resources and stuff like that. So they taught us everything, and then first year was like basics: how to make bread, how to make sauces, and then how to talk to customers, how to actually make the bed, and how to clean the linens, how to do small thing in administrative advertisement and stuff like that. Second year, when we actually did our internship, where you actually go into the hotel and go into all these sectors and you gain the real life experience. And then third year was more experienced and skillful, where you actually learn to handle situations at the front desk. You make like entire 3 4 course menu for kitchen. um, you see more of a bigger picture in housekeeping. It's not only cleaning and making beds, but it's more, and then administrative, of course. So it was great studying there.
I completely agree. It's not only about cooking; it's equally also about management. So that's really cool about this program. Yeah.
Yes.
So on top of that, what new learnings or skills post grad program added on top of it, if I may ask?
So what postgrad added on top of that was basically the biggest thing was Canadian hospitality. What
Correct.
is Canadian hospitality compared to what hospitality is back home in India?
Right.
Indian hospitality is completely different than westernized because westernized hospitality is more laid back attitude, more like, I like there is a
Right.
professionalism, but a little bit laid back.
Right.
So that was a big difference compared to what I did back in India.
Mm-hmm.
And also getting more involvement into Western culture, like Western food and more of a Western concept of hospitality.
Right. Right. Yeah. So basically, how do you polish your skills, for Western audience, kind of like that? Yeah.
Yes,
So
absolutely correct. Yes.
So you worked for a few restaurants, and eventually you became manager at the Copper Kettle. What did you learn from the entire experience, and like how difficult it was to become restaurant manager? Tell us a bit about that struggle.
Oh, struggle, I would say it's real for sure.
Yeah.
I actually started as a busser. So a busser means like I used to wipe tables at this
Hmm.
restaurant in Niagara Falls. I used to clear the glasses, wipe the glasses. And then what makes me different than anybody else was that I was always eager to learn. I was always eager to, come up with different ideas and talk to people and was always like, I just wanted to go ahead of myself.
Right.
And biggest, honestly speaking, agree or not, biggest challenge that I faced myself was my color. I would say
Mhm.
this. A lot of people argue about this, but working into a Canada's top 10 restaurant and
Mhm.
you becoming the face of the restaurant with your color, not suitable. But then with my skills and abilities, I proved it right and I was promoted to a junior server. So what junior server does is like probably follows the server, you know, understand what the server is doing, brings the food out for the table, and then I was promoted myself to server. So these phases were not easy because you had to prove yourself than everybody else. You had to actually make your manager or whoever the owner was to make them understand that, hey, you know what? I can be better than these guys so that my color doesn't come into this picture or in
Right.
this hurdle of becoming what I wanted to. And later on, after that, I also used to work in the hotel. So I used to juggle with the restaurant and the hotel both. And then moved my way up, gained more knowledge, read more books about hospitality, watched videos on YouTube, got to know more about what the Canadian market is and what they expect out of hospitality compared back home in India.
Yep.
And
Yep.
basically, the customer service and maximizing the profit for the company. How can I do that? At the end, it's all
It's-
about money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what owners look for if you are their employee. How or what is this employee doing different than everybody else, which is helping him or her to gain more money in the business? And that's what I learned, like how to smarten up and how to make more money for the owners, as well as keeping that consistency in the restaurant, which is really important.
Right. Yeah. 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 Looks like you have worked really, really hard, and I'm glad that your talent and your hard work paid off, and then you landed where you are right now. So yeah, yeah, really good. Um, all right. So moving on to the next question, Aman. In this entire phase, how did your close ones support you, and kind of like if you can walk us through that?
So my closed ones supported me really, really well. I can name n number of people who've supported me through this journey, but there is really, really key important people, I would say, starting with Niagara Falls. Adil Momin and his family, shout out to Adil. Adil Momin and his family really supported me because Adil's mom used to make tiffins for me. So lunch and dinner, she used to cook for me and she used to give it out to me at the hotel, so I don't need to worry about cooking. Second, my girlfriend, definitely, life partners play a really important role in your life. They are there for you to support you, motivate you day and night. My girlfriend, Janvi, like I used to work late nights from 11 p.m. Like I used to start my shift at 3 p.m., work all the way till 9 a.m. in the morning. So she used to wake up at 9 a.m., feed me, ask me about how was my day. She was there to listen to me and my problems, and that's the really important.
And that really counts. Yeah.
And then obviously my friends, and my family, like
Yeah.
everybody was there when I needed something from them. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
personal, yes, it did help a lot.
Yeah, that's glad to know. Yeah, yeah,
And our community. I would not forget our community. Our
yeah,
community
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
is there and will be
So
there,
I think, yeah,
each
yeah,
one of them. Yes.
yeah. So just like on a fun side, how long did it take you to become familiar with the menu at the Cop
Oh,
Kettle?
how long did it take? I would say it took me at least a couple months. And I wouldn't brag about myself, but
Uh-huh.
you can still Google it on Copper Kettle and read reviews. I was the only person, I guess, who never had a book and pen. So I never wrote down orders. Doesn't matter, 30 people, 20 people, or 10 people.
Mm.
That all came because I knew the menu really well. If I did not know the menu, I would have always had book and pen like all the other servers. Now that's what makes me different. I used to remember and memorize each person's order, and then I used to repeat it as well. And as a joke, I used to repeat it in a wrong way. So just
Okay.
imagine how people used to go bonkers. Like, how can you remember 25 people orders without writing it down? And then when I used to repeat it, I used to repeat it wrong.
Oh.
So it's the menu that got me there, and the menu learning it took me about 2 to 3 months. Yes.
My wife asked me to cook something. I can't even remember the ingredients. So yeah. All right. Yeah. So moving on to the next one. What advice would you give to someone wanting to pursue career like you?
Oh, there's a lot of things I would. First, this is the industry where definitely brain and intellect is important, but moreover that it's hard work. So first, hardworking. You have to be hardworking. You have to have an attitude of hospitality. Like, you cannot have an attitude that, oh, you know what? This customer is rude to me. I am going to show him what I am. No way.
Mm.
You cannot have that. So attitude, hard work. Third, yes, definitely intellect, your smartness. How can you think different from everybody else? How can you think different for benefiting the company and for yourself? You know,
Mm.
fourth is also about hospitality in general, like customer service.
Mm.
What skills you have in order to give that customer that level of service that the customer is not expecting? Because everybody who walks into a restaurant is expecting one thing. Hi
Right.
there, how is it going? Table for two, table for four? No. What can you make it different? What is that customer service that you have in you
Right.
that can motivate the customer to have a further conversation and to remember, oh, you know what? This guy, whoever greeted me, was different, was amazing. You know,
Right.
that
Right.
customer service level of that.
Right.
And apart from that, knowledge is the most important thing. Uh, if you don't have knowledge in regards to food, in regards to beverages, in regards to wine, and in regards to alcohol, this industry is about that. Even if you don't drink, there is books that can explain it to you, and like they can explain it to you what is the flavor or how to mix things, and what is the flavor of this particular vegetable, and what can you add it to enhance more flavor to it. So knowledge is the key. If
Right.
you know the knowledge, you can definitely make your pathway up.
Right.
uh, so it's knowledge, it's hard work, it's intellect, it's smartness. uh, it's
And
it's that eagerness and to make yourself different than from everybody else. I always, this is the quote that I made myself and that I tell people. Always make short-term goals,
yep.
work on it, and make long-term goal, keep it as a treasure and hunt for it. you know
Right. Right.
so that's something can definitely motivate people.
Right. Yeah. That's a really nice thing. Yeah. And since you mentioned about customer service and customer experience, that's a good segue into my next question, which is like, tell me about your most memorable hospitality experience so far.
Most memorable, like, you mean serving customers?
Yeah. Yeah. Anything like any experience that you will always remember and you always cherish those memories. So.
Okay, so I will have a lot of memories like that.
Right.
Uh, like, I have attended or given exceptional services for anniversaries, for weddings, and stuff like that. But one particular thing that I will always remember in my life is there is this guy who was Matthew. Matthew is he was like a special kid, with special, you know, things, and
Right.
he used to come with his mom every Wednesday.
Okay.
My job was to make sure he's happy,
Mm-hmm.
he's being taken care of, and to play with him with a professional way, because there's customers watching as well. And every Wednesday, whenever Matthew used to walk into the door with his mom, it it brought me a different kind of joy into myself to do extra for him.
Yeah.
And that is something that I would always remember, that all those Wednesdays were definitely incomplete without Matthew, I would say. So that is
Yeah.
something that was the best, one of the best customer service, or something that I remember. But apart from that, there is a lot more that I've done.
That's a really nice one. Yeah. So tell me more about your current restaurant, Meltwitch.
Okay, so Meltwitch, I would love to talk about it because it's my
Oh,
restaurant finally.
yes.
Uh, so it's an Ontario-based franchise. First of all, we got
Uh-huh.
franchise, and we specialize ourselves in grilled cheese sandwiches, poutine, Philly cheesesteaks served in Canada, and burgers. So grilled cheese, who doesn't love grilled cheese? Like, I remember my college days when I was in Niagara College. You used to wake up at like 2 a.m. You're studying all night. We never studied, but we watched movies. But you're hungry, so we used to take like two slices of bread, put American cheese in the middle, and like taco shredded cheese, and just even microwave it sometime, and that cheese melts, and you love it. Late night snack. Burgers. Who doesn't love burgers? We make our burgers fresh daily. So that plus, with a trendy environment and trendy music, hip hop, rap music. Like morning, it's old school rap and hip hop. Evening, it's new school.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of environment that is always lively, the environment which is more casual and formal, like literally half part of the restaurant is with bricks and the other half is with hardwood. So if
Mm.
you are in your suit, you sit on the hardwood side or even brick side, you look phenomenal. And you can walk into the restaurant even in your pajamas. So we are basically catering to each and every one, and each market, even the kids. So, and plus, it's a quick service restaurant serving alcohol. Like McDonald's, you can get alcohol. Here you are able to, which increases the spending for each customer and creates a different ambiance for people. So that's what Meltwitch is about. Yes,
Wow. Yeah, that's nice. I would love to visit someday,
you
especially to
should.
try the burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So let's go ahead with the next question. Tell me about a time, when you had to handle an unhappy customer.
Uh, yes, I
With it.
can. Like, I can tell you this, like, we so I used to work at Copper Kettle. I used to be a manager, as well as I used to take tables and I used to serve customers. Copper Kettle was situated in downtown, right
Uh-huh.
next to, or I wouldn't say right next to, but a block away from a theater, so a live theater. So there used to be theater shows that we used to get. It was like a New York style, even though it was Regina, but it was New York style, where people used to come in, have dinner, and then they used to go for these live theater shows. When we used to have that kind of customers, or those kind of customers, it was really tough for the restaurant, because the restaurant was 5,000 square foot. We can
Mhm.
accommodate to 200, 150 to 200 people, including the back room and upstairs. And at that, between 5:30 p.m., the show used to start at 7:30. 5:30 to 7 p.m., the restaurant was packed. We need to
Mhm.
make sure that each customer in the restaurant gets the food out, and they should be able to attend the theater. In spite of that, we tell each and every customer when they make the reservations, or our guests, that, hey, you know what? We would recommend coming to the restaurant at 5:30, order your food by 6 p.m. so that you can get your food out by 6:30, and you can enjoy your meal, dessert and everything, and you can be out of the restaurant by 7:15 and go to the theater. In spite of telling this to one of the guests, she comes in about at 6:10, 6:15 p.m.
Mhm.
I greet her, I talk to her, she's rude. She doesn't let me talk, and she cuts me, and she's like, you know what? give me my drink. I was like, okay, absolutely, I can give you a drink. Now, the key and the most important thing here is whoever is rude to you, be as nice as they are rude. So if they are rude, you equivalently be so nice that that helps them to calm down. And that's what happened. She was there at the restaurant from 6:15 to 7:15, 1 hour. Every minute, her tone was actually going down because I was being so nice to her.
Right,
Behind
right.
the doors, as you said, no, man, like, no, nobody's
Yeah.
nice, But and then she complained. She's like, "Oh, this drink is not this way. I want it to be this way." What I did is, you know what? Absolutely, I can make you the other drink, which will be right away. And you have to understand, these guys, these customer might have had a rough day. So I made the
Right.
drink again, and that way she did 3 times. She ordered the
Mm.
martini. She's like, "This is not the right one." She ordered a margarita. This is not the right one. She ordered another cocktail. She said, "This is not." So I kept remaking it. And after that, her food comes out. So her steak comes out. She asked for the steak to be medium rare, and it
Mm.
was actually a medium steak. So
Mm.
if it's undercooked, if it's overcooked, you can't really do anything. You have to make a new steak. If it's undercooked, you can cook a little bit more. So that takes time. And customer got so pissed off that she threw the plate around the table and be like, "Hey, like, I asked for a medium rare. Why is my steak medium? I cannot have this." So
Mm.
what I did is I told her, obviously you apologize her, you let her know. But you know what I always did that made me different is I was honest with the guest and the customer. I told them, you know what? It's the way that moment. It's all at that moment. The way you
Mm.
talk,
Right.
because that slight wrong tone can get the situation escalated. So I always used to tell, you know what? I totally agree. I accept the mistake, and you know what? My apologies. Like, I know there is always some excuse, but the answer is I was a little bit overwhelmed with all these tables and I did not pay equal attention to you. How about I make up for this situation? That point, you messed up. Now that's the time you need to open your hands and you need to be like, "Hey, I can make up for this. What do you want? You let me know." You give them all the rights to order them whatever they want. You know what that customer did? She's like, "You know what? I'll do my steak to go, but I'll have the pasta here."
Mm.
Like, of course, I took a loss of $20. It's fine because I know I can make that $20 from her when she comes back with my customer service. And then we did that. I did New York steak to go, and then I gave her pasta. On top of that, I gave her complimentary dessert. On top of that, I gave her complimentary wine. It's not about complimentary. It's about you need to be smart at that point. That what is she looking from you? I know what was she looking for, and I gave her what she was. And I always say this to each one of the people, like, customer service is like, people say guest is God, customer is God. They're actually not. Few of them are like bunch of losers. But you need to make them feel like they are a god. You need to make them feel like they are the best. So that's what I did. I made them feel different. That's it.
Thanks a lot for sharing. Yeah, this was really insightful. Yeah, thank you. So moving on, you mentioned that about some YouTube channels, and you used to read books and things like that. So going into that one, are there any resources, skills that that have really helped you on your journey, and that you would like to share with our viewers?
Sure, sure. So I would say the books about hospitality and stuff like that, like, what I used to usually read is from the library. I used to go to the library. I used to read this book by I I forgot the name of the author, but it is hospitality. No, just a moment. You know what? I need to Google
Yeah,
this.
sure.
It's about how
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Look it up. Yeah, look it up. It's fine. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can mention about books on YouTube channels, whatever you used to refer.
Yeah.
So maybe people would find it helpful.
Yes. It was the heart of hospitality. The heart of hospitality by Mika Solomon. So I was referred this book by one of our professors at Nyack College, and this
Mm-hmm.
book is it's it's basically all about the hospitality in and out, more about
Right.
customer service, more about how to work into this industry and stuff like that. And then there is like more, if you want to know more about restaurant, then there is another book. It's I don't know the name, just I don't
Yeah.
remember. You know, it's give me a yes, Without Reservations. It's called
Ah,
Without
okay.
Reservations. All these books are not, I wouldn't say they're really popular
Mm.
or really high rated, but they are good. They give you a lot of knowledge and stuff like that from what you want in Western hospitality.
Right.
And YouTube channels, honestly speaking, I did not prefer any specific channel. I used to
Mm.
just YouTube it. You
More
know,
like, yeah, yeah,
how to
yeah.
do this, how to do that. And there's plenty of videos. And what you tend to do is the one with the highest views, you go with that. So I
Yeah,
used to,
yeah.
yes,
I see. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's move on to some fun round then.
sure.
So I'll quickly name like list out some of the ingredients and you tell me what it makes. Okay. All right. So what does this ingredients make? Butter, potatoes, and milk. It's gonna be very simple. Okay.
Butter, potatoes.
Potatoes and milk.
You know what? It's simple, but I don't remember.
Okay.
Butter,
That's fine. Take it.
butter, potato, and milk. Now, like,
Mashed
is it?
potato.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
oh,
very simple.
yeah.
Yeah, you might be something
You know
like
what?
extraordinary, but it's very simple.
There's more to the mashed potato. There's
Okay.
garlic. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then maybe
Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it.
okay. All right. Okay. So I think we can skip this one. Basil, pine nuts, olive oil, garlic.
Pesto sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. That's correct. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
You got it right. Okay. All
You
right.
know,
Yeah.
I will tell you this though. Even though I never ever had interest in cooking or
Uh-huh.
becoming a chef,
Mhm.
but it is important to have knowledge.
Right.
So
Right.
I would say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Your favorite cuisine?
My favorite cuisine, uh, oh, tough one. I love French cuisine
Uh-huh.
because it's more bougie. No, so it's because there's more into food. There's a lot more put into a plate when a French cuisine comes out. It's really old school. It's really more about different things added on the plate, different techniques of making the sauces and making different different things into the plate, and with more of a tropical weather.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember an incident where I took a friend to a French restaurant and then he really didn't like it and then I had to take him to In-N-Out Burgers later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say
You
French.
just reminded me of that, yeah, with French cuisine.
I would say second one will be Italian. I
Oh,
love Italian food. People think Italian is more like pastas and pizzas. No, there's a lot more to Italian cuisine. Yes.
all right. So, your favorite restaurant, apart from Meltwitch, of course.
Oh, my favorite restaurant. I would say tough one. I have Richmond Station. I've been to Richmond Station, Garde Manger, uh, 10 Foot Henry. These are like my top three restaurants. I would say Richmond Station. So Richmond Station, we went to. It's in Toronto. It's one of the best restaurants in Canada. I guess it was at number one at one point in Canada. I always wanted to go there. We had a corn soup.
Mhm.
Who doesn't like corn soup? But this corn soup was actually more of a puree and it was cold.
Mm.
For Maine, I had a duck. Uh, I really like duck because the meat is a little bit more tender. And the ambiance. First of all, the ambiance is so amazing because it caters to each and every one. Not
Right.
only those kind of people who are in their suits and who want to be dressed so formal, it's also a place where you can hang out after work. And what really impressed me there is the customer service. And chef actually came out to our table and spoke with us and like showed that level of respect to one hospitality to the other hospitality person. You know, uh, the food actually had more work put into the plate. It was not just like if it's duck, it's not only duck. You know,
Hmm.
it's also duck served with pâté de foie gras, which
Hmm.
is like paste of duck liver. You know,
Okay.
served with a red sauce, which is evolved more with different ingredients in it. There is farm to table menu, which things come out of the farm to the kitchen and they prepare it and they bring it out. So that's the favorite restaurant. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So moving on to like some rapid fire. If you were a type of food, what type of food would you be?
I would be Italian.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you wish you cooked but can't?
Wish, ah, like food, like is it a food meal or
Yeah, yeah. Meal or any specific food item, anything. Yeah.
Chinese, Indian Chinese? I can't. I can't.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And I love Hakka Chinese. Like, hey,
Yeah. Yesterday we had that. Yeah. So remember me.
can't forget the roots though.
Yeah, yeah. Your favorite holiday destination? I know you love to travel a lot. So yeah.
So far, Mexico, yes.
Okay. Mexico
Playa,
and
Playa
went
del
to
Playa
Cancun.
del Carmen. No, we went to Playa del Carmen.
Okay, I see. I see. Favorite show, movie?
Favorite movie? Uh, ooh, there's tons. You know what? I just watched one about 1 week, couple weeks, The Gentleman.
Okay.
Amazing movie. It's Matthew
Matthew
McCo-
McConaughey.
Matthew McCogan. I can't spell his last name, but amazing movie. Yes, I love movies that keep me on my toes always while watching. I'm not a huge fan of shows at all. Trust me, I started first season of Game of Thrones, then I moved to the last one. That's it
Okay.
for me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Books, podcast you would recommend?
Podcast I don't listen to.
Hmm.
Uh, I listen to someone my girlfriend is listening.
Uh-huh.
She's listening to like Harry Potter and stuff like that.
Okay.
Books, I've only read about hospitality. I
Okay.
am not a huge fan of books that I will have like a library at my place, but yeah, it's the hospitality books.
Okay. All right. So the next one is this or that. So I'll ask. I'll give you two options. You have to choose either one of them. All right.
Sure.
So quickly. Coffee or tea?
Coffee,
All right. Pancakes or waffles?
waffles,
Ocean or mountains?
mountains,
Comedy or thrillers?
comedy,
All right. Food taste or food smell?
food taste.
Okay. Money or fame?
Oh, money.
Money. Okay. Last one is tricky. Family or friends?
Ooh, oh, you know what? I I
Okay.
I don't know. Like family in general, if you ask me family, I would say family, yes, like my clothes, my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, her parents and stuff like that. But it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I would I would choose something between. I can't say.
All right. Okay.
While we were speaking, I just got this review right now online. So
Okay.
yeah, just right now while we were speaking. So I'll read it out if you don't mind.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah.
So it's Morgan. I don't know if it's he or she, but let's say we'll say it's she. So
Hmm.
Morgan wrote, didn't grab a photo because the food was so good. I ate it in a hurry. Service here was quick and friendly. Aman, if I got his name correct, was polite, helpful, and incredibly patient with all his customers and delivery drivers. He made great recommendations, and my boyfriend and I enjoyed the Southern Fried Chicken Club and Sunday Special. Thanks for everything. We will 100% come back for more.
Oh
Like,
wow. That's amazing. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm
What
happy.
else you need? Yeah.
This
What else you need? Yeah. Yeah.
this is what
Really.
we strive for. But yeah, it was great talking to you, Nazim.
Yeah.
You know what I would say at the end of this video is whoever needs help in this industry, you know, they can freely come to me, they can ask me, they can talk to me. I can definitely give them the best
Right.
of
And
my
I know
abilities,
you've been
my skills.
helping. I know you've been helping a lot of students, and a lot of students want to pursue hotel management. So that's why we wanted to have you as a guest
Yes,
on it.
yes. And
Really.
I would say this, though. You asked me the question, right? Fame or money? I was about fame
Uh,
before. Right now, money,
uh,
But
yeah.
one of the reasons I chose hospitality was the fame. The the five-star hotels, I used to see all this elegant uh, furniture, all this elegancy, all these guests coming in, and I was like, I always want to work into five-star hotel. So people out there who are thinking that they will be coming in and thinking that they will be joining this industry, thinking that it will be an elegant industry, it's not. It's elegant to show, but back of the house, you need a lot of intellect and hard work, both, a lot.
I'm really glad to see you where you are today, and really happy for you. That's it. Then thank you so much. And to all our viewers, we'll be linking Aman's LinkedIn profile also when we launch our video.
Nice.
So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to him.